This game. Why? Aquaman Battle for Atlantis. This is one of the worst games of all time. Now, my first problem with this game is the box. The title of the game is Aquaman Battle for Atlantis, but the box says Aquaman. But if you look inside, the manual and disc say Aquaman Battle for Atlantis. The back says Aquaman, only that as well. So we're already suffering from a lack of consistency. Brilliant, just brilliant. That should set the tone for how terrible this game is. This is the title screen. You want to know how to move the option? The D-pad, of course. The analog stick is just too good for this. Too bad I can't be question mark, question mark, question mark. Looks like I'll have to be Aquaman. Okay, so this is a cutscene. It's just a bad combo. No voice acting, no moving, no fun. Thankfully, you can skip these, which is what I do most of the time. Although I will say one thing. Sometimes the facial expressions can be hilariously funny / hilariously bad. So first, let's address the graphics. This is a GameCube game, and they look bad. The Nintendo 64 can make better graphics than this. Things fade and reappear as you move, and it's just bleak and painful to look at. Now let's talk about the control. It's awful. A punches, X also punches, but with your left hand. Because we really need two different buttons to control different hands. I mean, Super Mario 64 showed us that if you use one button for both hands, it's just a cluttered mess. No! And why does this weird kick, which I find the most delayed out of everything, and the B button does this weird block attack, which is awkward. Now, to swim forward, you're going to have to hold down R. It's not too bad, but, you know, holding down R, we could come up with something better. And the C stick supposedly changes the camera angle, but it's making me nauseous. There's also a grapple hook attack thing. How do you do it? You press left on the D-pad. That's right, I'm not kidding. Left on the D-pad. Why? That's so cryptic. Why specifically left? Why not down, up, and right? I just can't get over that. Left on the D-pad! Now, another thing I have to say is the character of Aquaman. He doesn't really look much like Aquaman from the comics. So let's compare. Regular Aquaman has an orange shirt. Battle for Atlantis Aquaman has metallic armor. Regular Aquaman has blue pants. Battle for Atlantis Aquaman has greenish pants. Regular Aquaman has short blonde hair. Battle for Atlantis Aquaman has a golden mullet. But the worst thing of all is regular Aquaman has both his hands, but Battle for Atlantis Aquaman has a hook hand for some reason. Why a hook hand? I don't really remember that, but I've heard from my friend that like a few of his comics had that, but I really can't find much to support that, so I'm just gonna say, why is this? And if so, why would they choose a more obscure design of him rather than the more definitive version? I mean, I really don't get it. But anyway, the main gimmick of this game is fighting. If you approach an enemy like this, you'll be drawn into a battle sequence, kind of like an RPG. Now, you can only battle one enemy at a time, but any enemy around you can hurt you, even if you aren't battling them. That's not fair! I know some button switches what enemy you fight, some D-pad direction or something, but I just can't remember it, so I can't use it, and they hurt me even when I'm not hurting them. Now, the button combos of like A, Z, B, Y are used here to punch and kick. And you can also press Z to summon a sea friend to help you. Anyway, another gimmick of this game is comboing. This is where those buttons come in, because by pressing certain buttons and doing certain punches at certain times, you can perform combos. Like left A for Vengeance of the Sea King, and YYX for Spirit of the Sea. Thing is, these combos can be hard to pull off because not only is the game very picky about when you can do the combos, but they only work when they feel like it. Besides, mashing the A button works just as good, if not better, than some of these combos. That means that the combos are there for nothing. Why have a gimmick in a game if something else works even better? Yeah, you can find new combos in certain levels. Yeah, they kind of look cool, but what's the point? They drain the blue meter very quickly. Oh yeah, the meters. The yellow one is your health in case it's drained in a hilarious way. The purple one is blocking, not how much you use the ability to block, no, how much damage you can take while using it. I always forget I have this ability, by the way. And the blue meter is how much energy you have to use a combo. You can refill the meter with these pants. The enemies drop pants? Really? Pants? The great Aquaman gets his energy from pants? Wow. Of all the things they could have used, and they went with pants. The music is just one loop, which I bet is 10 seconds long at most. Listen. Now, sometimes a level will take this approach in a submarine. You have to shoot down these other submarines. But Star Fox, this is not. Your control is pretty limited, and overall, these sections are just boring. They can actually get pretty hard later on. Alright, I think I've talked enough. There's only so much I can discuss about this game. It's just bad. It's the same exact thing over and over again. The graphical effects are beyond terrible. The gameplay is boring. And overall, this is really one of the worst games ever made. It's right up there with Superman 64 and big rigs over-the-road racing. Do yourself a favor and stay away from Aquaman Battle for Atlantis at all costs. Now then, I have some unfinished business to take care of.